past, fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku. And well, quite a bit of things have happened. Now, in the last part, Deku, he's discovered something. After meeting his sister Kelly Kruger and having lunch with her and Hisashi, things started actually seeming a bit more normal for him. Deku, he actually felt a genuine connection with his sister. The two, they can sit and talk. Sure, they're basically strangers, but whenever they do talk and Hisashi's involved, it does feel a little bit more natural. Things don't feel as forced as they did whenever Deku was just sitting here with Hisashi alone. It made him feel so much better. Now, there was even actually Mr. Yaoyorozu, who did call Deku and inform him that somebody they bought knockoff blueprints and are making a version of his power source that is purposely faulty. Now, Deku, he was very much enraged by it. Because of certain laws, Deku, if he did try to push a lawsuit, it would either never work out, he'd run out of money, or the case would fall through in court because it would just be dragged out. Deku knew the only way to get back at these people who did take his invention was to create something better and immediately put it on the market. And Deku, yeah, he might be a very, very intelligent man, but he is still petty. Especially since these people, they're basically using his inventions to profit off of, and they will in the long run hurt or kill people. So, the best way to get back at them is to crumple their empire and leave them with no money. Now, that's a very, well, out there way of putting it, but that's basically what Deku is going to be doing. He does want to save people, but in the long run, the people who basically made the knockoffs, they're going to be getting in a lot of trouble. Now, that being said, Deku, yeah, he did then later return home to find Mirako, finding out that she actually does wish to dress more femininely, and it was quite surprising to Deku. Now, after dealing with Mirako, you do actually have the next morning, where Deku, he does go throughout his daily routine. Warming up the shower, going to make a pot of coffee, coming back to the shower warmed up, and then going to hop in. Now, as Deku, he does go through his process, he does head to work. And he does then actually arrive to find multiple people from his staff are already here. And it was quite alarming to him. Everybody, they seem like they didn't go home last night. And whenever he does walk in, he's very surprised to see them. As he actually does ask one of the security guards, who are on the 24/7 surveillance team, if anyone even really left after he went home. Now, the security guard, he does inform Mr. Bakugo that some people, they actually did go home and get some sleep. Others must have taken quick naps in their lab, since the security codes or even really security to the building or access to it hasn't been opened in over this amount of time. Basically clocking back to whenever Deku just got in. Now, Deku, he does appreciate the dedication to this. These people are so keen to help him. And he does admire that they do wish to help him. But at the same time, they're jeopardizing their own mental fortitude and exactly the schedules they have set up for themselves. And Deku, whenever he does walk into the lab, he does inform these people the people who actually haven't gotten a lot of sleep to head home, or to either go sleep in their labs or somewhere where they can get plenty of rest. Now, everyone they're quite surprised, but Deku does inform them that they will be paid for their time, and that if they are sleep deprived the way they are currently, then they're actually more of a they'll jeopardize the project more than if they just go to sleep right now. Now, people they do listen to Deku reluctantly. They're just trying to help after all. But at the same time, after lying down and realizing exactly how tired they are, they immediately pass out, realizing Deku is correct. Now, this will go on for a few days. Deku working on his invention, and really just coming from home to work, home to work. And you do actually have Mirako. She herself is very annoyed. She noticed that the tension in her chest, you can call it, it has felt like it's gone down. But at the same time, it does feel like it's also getting worse. And she kinda doesn't know what this is. Usually around this time, whenever she does feel the tension go down, if she was at work, she'd have to take time off. However, the fact is this is happening now, and she and Deku haven't really spent some time together in a little bit of time, it does show exactly how bad this might be. Now, Deku, after the 5-day period, let's just say, he does actually get the invention done. Synthesizing the component that powers, or is the power source, is very, very hard to do. And really, it takes about 48 hours once the process has started. Whenever Deku basically handed out the finished blueprints, certain teams were working on that. While Deku and specialized chemical engineers, they were actually working and talking and brainstorming about improving the product. And many of them, they were quite interested and surprised. Some of them can hardly understand what Deku's creating. And other things, they do realize that Deku, his power source, it's not exactly perfect. If you simply substitute this chemical for this one in this makeup, you actually get a longer burning fuel. And Deku, he was very surprised. The reason why he didn't do that was because of the fact that this component combined with that one are explosive. However, you do also add this component here, which does stabilize the two, it does help to stabilize the power source faster. Now, Deku is very happy. He's able to talk with these people. He doesn't feel like he has to dumb himself down. It's incredible. Certain ideas he's never thought of. With them here, it's all possible. Now, they actually do get the power source up and running today. As Deku, he does have an idea of how to test it. He does just do one thing. He connects the power source to his lab. And he does inform everybody to connect all their projects to the current lab power. Now, as that is said and done, the process is done, as the power for the lab does turn off. And this power source does actually go up and running. And everything that it does immediately get power, as people are quite surprised. It seems like the power source is working. Projects that require lots of power are currently all running. And on the lab's current circuit breaker, this was impossible. Now, everybody they do celebrates. As Deku, he actually does go to look at the time on his watch. It's currently 5 in the morning. Oh Christ. Now, Deku, he does just think. After last night, it was pretty crazy. They got everything done and all set and going. All they need to do now is really just put this power source on the market. But for right now, they really just need to turn it off. If they do that, then things will be pretty simple. Now, they do start that process. As after it's all said and done, everybody they are given the weekend off. And Deku, he does inform all of them. Come back Monday, and they can all go back to their projects. He does appreciate their work, and they will be getting a bonus. Now, many of them were quite surprised by this. Deku's going to give them a bonus. That's nice. They didn't expect it. They just did this for free. Now that they realize they're getting some money thrown their way, yeah, it was a pretty good idea to start helping their boss. Now, with that being said, Deku he does head home, as it's currently 6 in the morning. And by the time he does get there and walk to the door, you do actually have Mirako, who she did actually want to go outside for a run. She's been increasing her training regimen because of exactly how much frustration she's been going through. And whenever Deku he does actually open the door, Mirako she's staying there, as she was slipping on her tennis shoes. And she does just stare at Deku. Hey. Hey. You okay? Not really. Why? I just got back. I'm sorry if I've been a bit too busy. No, it's alright, but, well, yeah, I know. Now, Deku, he does just stand there for a second. As Mirako, she is going to do one thing. She does reach her hand out the door, grabbing Deku by his shirt, as you do actually have one of his neighbors, who they actually were staring at Deku, before a hand reached out and basically pulled him in. Now, the first thing I did immediately go to think, okay, so that's why it's been quiet for the last few days. Well, this is not going to be fun. Now, with that being said, we will actually cut to a few hours later, where Deku, yeah, he is a little bit tired, and he's currently standing in the kitchen and getting some water after he just walked out of the bedroom. And there actually is where a few things are running through his mind. Deku, he's just kind of curious. He's standing there leaning over the sink with a bottle of water with ice cubes in his hand. The project, whenever it does hit the market, what should they call it? Let's see. I never officially named it. This project, well, it is good. Some things that have to change. It's quite curious. Let's see. What can I think of? Now, Deku, he does want to at least express gratitude. The people who worked on the project, they were quite a lot of them. Let's see, about 30. Now, Deku, he does try to think. All of their first or last names, what could he do with them? Let's see, okay, you put this one here, you put that one there. Now, Deku, he's currently trying to put together a name using the initials of his, well, subordinates. You do actually have where Deku, he does actually hear something fall and smash on the ground. Before Deku, he does go to turn his head. And Deku, he does see a woman he doesn't recognize. Now, Deku's kind of confused, as you do actually have where a man is staying there with her. And Deku, he doesn't really know what to say. For a split second, he does think, he might be in the wrong apartment, right? No, wait, hang on. This is Mirako's apartment. And the door, he locked it. So, oh crap. Deku actually looking down, as the rest of his clothing is left in the other room. And Deku, he actually does go to someone just reach out and go to grab a towel that's sitting on the counter, or a paper towel. Deku immediately going to throw it out in front of him as he is going to back away from the sink, asking exactly who are they and why are they in his house? Your house? Why are you in our daughter's apartment? Your daughter? Now, the shower was running in Mirko's bedroom, as she did hear the loud smash and the commotion. And she does actually come running out in a towel, as you do actually have where she does bust open her bedroom door and immediately go to get ready, bring up one of her hands, asking who the fuck is in her... Oh fuck. Now, you do actually have where Mirako, she does realize something. Her parents arrived in town early. They always do this. They were supposed to come next week. Why are they here now? Now, you do actually have where Miriko's mother, she is asking Miriko, who is this man here? And why isn't he wearing clothes? As you do actually have Deku, who, whenever he does turn to Miriko, she does at least explain to Deku. These are her parents, and the guy who she can at least hear behind the wall is her little brother. Now, Deku does try to think. Her brother's here too? Are you serious? Now, Deku, he does silently just back into the bedroom. As Miriko, she does at least try to explain that the guy they just saw here is her boyfriend. And there actually is where Miriko's mother and father, they are kind of surprised about that. Boyfriend? She has a boyfriend. Now, after Deku does put on some clothes to look more presentable, he does actually walk out. Deku in a pair of pajama bottoms and at least a t-shirt, or a tank top, let's just say, as he does at least try to introduce himself. Hi, hello, I'm very sorry, Now, Deku, he actually has leaned over to Miriko. You never told me they were going to be in town. You never even told me they were coming. You were at work. Besides, it wasn't really a good time. You wake up too early, and you sleep in too often. Set an alarm. Now, Miriko's parents do actually see these two going back and forth, somewhat arguing. As Deku, he at least does express that he was a little too busy with work to realize that they were on their way here. And if he had prior notice, he would have actually made himself more presentable. Now, Deku, he does actually go to hold his hands. As Mr. Miriko, he does go to look down at it. He is not touching that hand. I understand you're dating my daughter. But exactly who are you? Well, my name is Izuku Bakugo. It's a pleasure to meet you. Izuku Bakugo. The name sounds familiar. What do you do? Oh, me? I'm an inventor. Not impressed. Actually, you should be. What? Don't tell me how to think of you. Besides, the fact that we even walk in here and you two are like this right now, it shows how immature both of you are. Immature? I'm sorry. You're supposed to be here next week, am I correct? What was that? Now, Miriko, she does actually go to bring up her hand, putting it on Deku's shoulder, trying to express to him to calm down. This is her dad. Now, Deku, he doesn't do that. He does tell Miriko that she's still only in her towel. Miriko going to look down for a second before actually going to walk back into her room, as Deku actually is going to fold his hands, as he does explain to both of them, or at least to Miriko's father. His name is Izuku Bakugo. He's a famous inventor, and the reason why he should be impressed by him is quite simple. Within the last 9 months alone, Deku has made over $1.2 billion with his inventions. Deku's name has been plastered all over tech media. And even then, there is the fact that Deku, while he is here, these three, they should have just came on the appointed time. Fact is, they weren't supposed to be here right now. This entire misunderstanding is their fault. And there actually is one of Miriko's father, he does get quite annoyed, as he doesn't even really believe that. Now, Deku, he does look down towards this tiny man, as he does express to him that it's all the truth. Now, you do actually have where the guy behind the wall, he actually does show himself, poking his head around the corner. And whenever Deku, he does go to look up, he does see the guy. As the guy, he does express that everything he's saying is true. What? You can't be serious. He made up 1.2 billion just in the last 9 months alone. Dad, it's the truth. I just looked him up. His face is all over the media. Wait, what? Now, Mirako, she does come walking back out. As they're actually where Mirako's mother, she does actually see her daughter. Her somewhat screaming with excitement as she is wearing a dress. Now, Mirako's dad does actually go looking back towards his daughter, as he does look kind of confused, before Mirako just walk up and go to grab Deku by his arm. Okay, everyone calm down. Now, Mirako's mom is not coming down. She's been trying to get her to wear girly clothes for years. And she's doing it now? Now, Mirako's dad, he does at least try to express to Mirako that this guy needs to learn some manners. Before Mirako, she does just look back at Izuku. And Deku, he does at least have that stone cold expression he always does have. It's the same one they had when they first got coffee together. Deku, he's currently in that thinking mode. And her parents, being this forceful and aggressive, it's not good. Now, you do actually have a Mirako after trying to defuse the situation and getting everyone sat down. Mirako's father, he actually does somewhat start to listen to what Mirako's brother is saying. And it's kind of astonishing. Okay. So this guy, he's made quite a bit of money. A lot. The fact is, he runs his own lab. He's developing technology. He's incredibly smart, and from what he can tell and understand, this guy has no filter. He's just like their daughter. Except, the guy, he's not really as strong, if you want to put it that way. Now, you do actually where Deku, he's sitting there drinking some coffee. As he is just trying to think. He's been up all night. And the fact is, right now, these people being here is not good for him. He's been up for about 8 hours, going on 29, consecutive awake. Oh god, he needs a nap, especially if he's going to deal with them right now. Now, Deku, he is just sitting around with these people. First impressions. Now he knows what she feels like. Now, Deku, he does just stare at Mirako's brother. The guy who's sitting in between, the guy who's sitting on the other side of Mirako's dad. He's huge. He's gotta be bigger than her. At least, maybe, the guy's bigger than him. And then there's his arms. Jesus. Does this guy not know how to put down a dumbbell? Now, Deku, yeah. After he does at least explain to them exactly what's going on as he's going to stand up, Mirako, she actually is sitting there. And Deku, he does at least inform her. He's been up for the last 30 hours. And he's going to go to bed. Especially since he's very, very tired. Now, Mirako's face has turned bright red. As you do actually have where she is going to at least try to hide it with her hands. And Mirako's mother is actually quite interested in exactly what has happened these last couple years. When their daughter left, she was so much of a tomboy. And there's right now. She's wearing a sundress. It's, blue, and she just seems so feminine. This is a welcome relief to her mother. And she just wants to know. What's been happening? How long has she known this guy? How long have they been together? Quite a few things are going through her mother's mind. And it's quite embarrassing for Mirako. As Deku, he is sleeping in the next room. And Mirako, she has at least tried to explain things to her parents about her and Deku's relationship. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.